Our world is quietly hiding individuals with physical transformations so bizarre that even modern science is left baffled. They aren't from another planet, they are living right among us. These mysterious genetic mutations are challenging the very laws of nature, forcing us to ask with a chill, what are the true limits of the human body? In today's video, we will explore people so unusual that you will find yourself asking, do they really exist? If you enjoy shocking but completely real stories like this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss more amazing content in the future. Have we ever wondered if a stormy beginning can stop someone from reaching freedom? The story of the Colombian girl, Lady Ardila, is a beautiful film that provides an inspiring answer. Lady's childhood was met with harsh challenges when she was diagnosed with a rare condition called Osteodystrophy, after undergoing heart surgery shortly after birth. This condition caused fibrous tissue to abnormally replace her real bone structure, significantly altering her appearance. At one point, doctors predicted sorrowfully that she would never be able to walk, face the risk of losing one of her legs, and barely make it to her 12th birthday. However, fate bowed down to Lady's fierce will to live. With relentless determination, she not only learned to walk on her own 2 feet, but also triumphed over the fragile boundary between life and death to grow and thrive. Now, as a talented graphic designer, Lady courageously steps into the spotlight on social media, turning her story into a beacon of self-love. Lady Ardila's journey of turning the odds around is a brilliant testament that when we embrace our differences, we can proudly create a life that is meaningful and complete. Rowdy Burton is a man from Alabama, USA, who has become a symbol of independence and extraordinary resilience in the face of congenital spinal degeneration syndrome, Sacral Agenesis. This rare condition caused the lower part of Rowdy's body to fail to develop normally, leading him to undergo surgery to amputate both of his legs at a young age in order to ensure his health and mobility. Rowdy's life journey is a testament to not allowing physical disabilities to define oneself. Instead of relying on a wheelchair or prosthetics like many others in similar situations, Rowdy chose a courageous path, learning to move entirely with his hands. He can walk, climb, and perform daily activities with agility and strength. He even uses a skateboard as his primary mode of transportation, allowing him to experience freedom and speed like anyone else. Rowdy's independence doesn't stop with movement. He learned to drive a specially designed car with hand controls, enabling him to go to work and participate in social activities without assistance. Rowdy has shared that he doesn't see himself as disabled, but rather as someone with a different way of moving. His positive attitude and sense of humor have helped him overcome the curious stares of strangers and earn the respect of his community. Rowdy's journey has garnered international media attention, and documentary filmmakers have taken interest in his story. He doesn't hesitate to share both his challenges and his achievements to inspire others facing adversity. Rowdy proves that the biggest barrier isn't in the body, but in the mind. If we dare to accept ourselves and keep striving, we can create a life full of meaning and happiness. Rowdy Burton's life is a powerful message of perseverance and self-respect. He has turned what the world considers a disadvantage into a unique lifestyle, reminding us that every person has the latent strength to overcome what seem like impossible limits. Do you dare to accept yourself and overcome all limits to live a happy life? Hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments now. Lola Grace Hartley is a little girl from Kansas, USA, who, along with her family, has written a touching journey about love, perseverance, and facing rare medical challenges. Lola's story is not just a medical record, it is a testament to the power of hope and optimism in the most challenging circumstances. From the moment she was born, Lola was diagnosed with congenital microcephaly, a condition that prevents the brain from developing fully, leading to a smaller than usual head size and restricted growth in height. At the time, doctors gave a cautious prognosis, believing that Lola might not survive past her early years or would face severe limitations in both cognitive and physical development. However, with the devoted care of her parents, Scott and Gwen Hartley, Lola overcame every barrier to grow up surrounded by love and support. Her journey became even more remarkable with her older sister Claire, who was also diagnosed with the same condition. Rather than giving in to despair, the Hartley family chose to face adversity with an extraordinary positive attitude. They turned their home into a nurturing environment filled with music, light, and love to stimulate the senses of both girls. Despite having difficulty communicating with language or walking, Lola expressed her feelings through her eyes, smile, and subtle reactions to the world around her. The Hartley family decided to share Lola and Claire's journey through social media platforms and a personal blog called Hartley Hooligans. Their goal was not to seek pity, but to raise awareness about microcephaly and inspire other families in similar situations. They wanted to prove that every life, no matter how fragile or different, holds its own unique value and beauty. Lola Grace Hartley's 13 years on this earth, though short, shone brightly like a star. Though Lola gently closed her eyes in 2019 to reunite with her beloved sister in a peaceful world, her story remains an eternal spiritual legacy. Lola's presence in this world taught us profound lessons in empathy and patience. While her journey may have been shorter than most, every day she lived was a priceless gift, reminding the community to cherish every peaceful moment with loved ones. Can a degenerative muscle disease that takes away the ability to walk from a young age extinguish the desire to contribute to the community? To answer this, let's explore the life journey of Sebian Holiday, a resilient teenager from Colorado, USA. Born in 2001 with muscular myopathy, muscle dystrophy, Sebian was permanently bound to a wheelchair and was medically predicted to barely survive past the age of 9. Teresa Widner is a living symbol of the psychological phenomenon known as Pica, in which a person consumes raw minerals, such as pebbles, instead of ordinary food. Over the course of many decades, she reportedly ate more than a ton of stones, viewing this behavior as a way to self-soothe her inner emotional turmoil. Teresa's story illustrates the intersection of micronutrient deficiencies, psychological trauma, and survival instincts, while also revealing the complex, hidden dimensions of human behavior and the deep desire for inner peace, even when such actions carry significant health risks. Standing at just 1.12 meters tall, Kenny Baker proved that a person's stature is not measured in inches, but by the mark they leave on the world. He was the one who breathed life into R2-D2, the most iconic robot in Star Wars film history. Sitting inside the cramped and sweltering metal shell, Kenny used subtle movements to create personality, intelligence, and loyalty for a voiceless character, making millions of audiences fall in love. Kenny's career was far from easy. He started out in circuses and nightclubs, where differences in appearance were often made the subject of ridicule. But with self-respect and innate talent, he rose to become a true actor. Kenny never complained about his height. He saw it as a unique advantage that allowed him to take on roles no one else could. He lived a full life, filled with laughter and extraordinary adventures. When Kenny passed away, the entire Star Wars galaxy bowed to bid farewell to the artist with unwavering optimism and professionalism. Kenny Baker is an inspiration to anyone who feels small, proving that passion can make you a giant in the eyes of others and in the history of art. What impresses you most about Kenny's journey? Leave a comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread more meaningful stories. Born and raised in Nigeria, Shalom Nchom's life took a cruel turn when a horrific boiling oil accident at the age of 9 claimed her hair and left permanent scars across her face. For a long period of her childhood, Shalom lived in the dark shadows of stigma and malicious mockery from those around her, leading her to seek out makeup as a survival mask to conceal both her physical and emotional agony. Every thick layer of foundation back then was not just a way to evade the world's curious stares, but a barrier separating her from her true self, turning cosmetics into a fortress of defense that was as sturdy as it was lonely and fearful. However, a monumental turning point arrived when Shalom decided to shed every layer of that mask on her YouTube channel, courageously revealing her scarred face to millions of viewers worldwide. This explosive act was not only a liberation for herself, but also transformed Shalom Black into a powerful icon of inspiration, teaching us that a person's true worth lies not in smooth skin, but in the grit to face adversity head-on. Now, with millions of followers, she doesn't just teach beauty techniques. She broadcasts a message of self-esteem, asserting that scars are the most radiant chapters in the memoir of a woman's proud and defiant rebirth, proving she will never surrender to fate. Natalia defies the mysterious multicentric osteolysis syndrome, where her once solid skeleton gradually fades like mist, yet her will only grows sharper than steel. Although every movement is a grueling negotiation for survival, she resolutely asserts her personal identity beyond the dissolution of her physical form. This is a powerful testament to an extraordinary desire to live, reminding us of the infinite strength of the soul. Please share your thoughts in the comments and like and subscribe to the channel to support these inspiring stories. For over 2 decades, while the world was obsessed with fleeting trends, John Waweru chose a quiet and grueling journey, nurturing the longest fingernails in Africa. With these thorns stretching over 30 centimeters, every movement and daily task for this Kenyan man is a puzzle of extreme skill and patience. This is not just a strange record, it is a testament to the power of consistency, where a small act, maintained over 25 years, becomes a symbol of unshakable steadfastness. Imagine giving up the most basic conveniences of your hands just to protect a single personal ideal. For John Waweru, long nails are not a burden, but a medal of pride and extraordinary resilience in the face of social whispers. His story reminds us that the pinnacle of freedom is when you dare to live differently and stay true to your choice, despite all physical barriers. Do not let conventional standards limit your identity, because sometimes it is the persistence in the strangest things that creates a soul-stirring legend. Sonali Mukherjee was attacked with acid at 18, a tragedy that threatened to bury her life in darkness and despair for 9 long years. The moment she decided to remove her veil and appear before millions of viewers on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was not just a quest for surgery funds, but a fierce declaration of war against injustice and cowardly violence. Despite a face marked by extensive scarring, Sonali proved that her sharp intellect and iron will remained intact, shining more brilliantly than any superficial beauty. Her resounding victory ignited a flame of hope, affirming the immutable truth that true beauty lies in inner strength and the courage to continue living, transforming ultimate pain into a launch pad for a proud journey of rebirth. In the Philippines, Mark Davidson defies all medical boundaries with mutated hands of surreal proportions. Rising above the shadows of stigma, he has forged adversity into resilience to become a model family provider in the heart of Manila. Refusing to accept a fate as a dichotomy, Mark stands as a symbol of steely resolve and extraordinary adaptability. He serves as a powerful testament that human willpower can redefine any physical norm, offering profound inspiration on the fierce desire to live beyond any outward flaw. Alana Tillman was born with congenital arthrogryposis, which left her hands powerless from her very first breath. But fate could not imprison the artistic spirit of this young woman from California. Instead of giving up, Alana learned to turn her feet and mouth into magical hands. From the scribbles of her childhood, she persevered and trained to become a professional painter, with each artwork serving as a symphony of color and freedom. In a room flooded with light, Alana skillfully controls her brush with her mouth, carefully detailing each element until flowers or natural landscapes come to life. She paints not just to make a living, but to assert her vibrant presence in the world. Each of Alana's artworks is a declaration. Disability exists only in the body, while creativity is limitless. She has transformed physical limitations into a unique artistic style, full of vitality and optimism. Alana also inspires others through her own art projects, encouraging people to find joy in their differences. She appears in public with a radiant smile, breaking down all barriers of pity. Alana's story reminds us that when one door closes, the human spirit will find a way to open another window facing the sun. She doesn't just paint, she is redefining beauty and perseverance through her art. In a poor rural area, Xia Yuanhai became the center of unwanted attention when facial hyperplasia caused his head and face to enlarge abnormally, completely altering his features. Without money for surgery or timely medical support, he lived with that giant face for decades. His life was a quiet, somber note in the fast-paced rhythm of the world. Xia Yuanhai rarely spoke about his pain. He worked silently and lived quietly, carrying a quiet resilience within him. His story is a reminder of those still struggling in the shadows, in need of understanding and compassion from society rather than judgment. Actor Joaquin Phoenix was born with a distinctive scar on his upper lip, the result of a mild, natural cleft lip from birth. In the Hollywood environment that values perfect beauty, this scar was initially seen as a physical flaw. However, Joaquin chose to keep it as part of his unique identity, turning this small imperfection into a captivating, edgy, and mysterious feature. The scar does not diminish his charm. It adds a beauty shaped by experience. His career proves that exceptional talent can overshadow conventional standards. With deeply psychological acting, he turns his scar into an advantage, making his expressions more powerful than ever. In iconic roles like Joker, every subtle facial movement combined with the scar vividly conveys the character's complex, painful inner world. He shows that perfection does not lie in a flawless face, but in absolute authenticity. Joaquin is not only a talented actor, but also a persistent animal rights activist, living a simple and principled life. He uses his spotlight to uphold humanitarian values, showing that a person with depth always shines when true to themselves. That small scar has now become a symbol of steadfastness, reminding us to embrace our own imperfections and shine in our unique way. He is a source of inspiration for authentic confidence. Bablu Pashi, a man from India, has become a powerful source of inspiration for his community due to his determination to overcome a harsh fate. Born with a rare condition that caused his arms to develop abnormally and not function in a natural way, Bablu faced countless difficulties in his daily life from an early age. In a society where manual labor plays a central role, this disability seemed to close off all future opportunities for him. However, instead of accepting a life dependent on others' pity, Bablu chose a difficult but proud path, training himself to use his feet as his second hands. Through persistent determination, he learned to use his feet to perform tasks requiring great dexterity, even those that many able-bodied people would find challenging. He is able to feed himself, take care of personal hygiene, and most importantly, work to support his own living. Bablu's image of working tirelessly, using his feet to operate tools and perform technical tasks, has made a strong impression on those around him. Beyond earning a livelihood, he also actively participates in community activities, using his story to encourage others in similar situations not to give up on their dreams. His journey is a vivid testament to the human ability to adapt infinitely in the face of life's harshest challenges. The profound educational lesson from Bablu Pashi's life is the spirit of self-reliance and the value of adaptability. He teaches us that adversity is not an endpoint, but a test of human resilience and creativity. Instead of blaming fate or waiting for help, actively seeking solutions and developing new skills helps us take control of our own lives. Akshaj Khandelwal, a boy from India, has become a symbol of resilience in the face of his condition. He was born with Klippel-Trenaunay Syndrome, KTS, an extremely rare vascular and soft tissue disorder that causes abnormal development of blood vessels and the lymphatic system. As a result, Akshaj's right leg grew larger than normal and developed subcutaneous vascular tumors. His story not only raises awareness of the diversity of genetic conditions, but also provides valuable insights for medical research, helping improve interventions and the quality of life for patients facing similar challenges. Overcoming his physical challenges, Akshaj's story is a powerful testament to hope and the desire for a normal life. Despite facing daily difficulties with mobility, he meets the world with positivity, showing the importance of understanding and compassion in society. Rather than curiosity or judgment, Akshaj deserves respect and support, carrying a message that every individual, no matter how different, holds extraordinary inner strength to overcome adversity and shape their own story. Abiodun Adegoke, often known by the nickname Big Naija, is a Nigerian basketball player who gained global online attention due to his extraordinary height of 2.36 meters. Born into a family with difficult economic circumstances, Abiodun's exceptional physical growth once became a major challenge, as finding suitable clothing, shoes, and transportation for his size was a daily struggle. However, instead of feeling insecure about his differences, Abiodun quickly recognized the great potential given to him by nature and made a firm decision to pursue a professional sports career. His journey is marked by continuous and disciplined training. He moved to Dubai to train at professional basketball academies, where he had to learn how to control his massive frame in the most efficient and agile way possible. Although his height gives him a natural advantage, allowing him to dunk without jumping, Abiodun still spends hours every day refining his skills and improving his physical conditioning. His dedication has helped him attract attention from scouts around the world, including those from top-level leagues. He has become a living example of turning a unique physical trait into a powerful competitive advantage. The key educational lesson from Abiodun Adegoke's story is the attitude toward one's differences. He teaches us that every individual has unique characteristics that we may initially see as limitations. However, with enough courage to accept ourselves and persistent effort to improve, those differences can become the key to success. His story reminds young people that you don't need to become exactly like everyone else. Focus on developing your own strengths and turning them into your unique value. Confidence and determination can help us overcome all prejudice and reach the heights of our dreams. Afshin Gul is a young girl from the Sindh region of Pakistan who has become a global symbol of perseverance and faith in the miracles of life. When she was just an 8-month-old infant, a tragic accident severely injured her neck, resulting in her head being permanently tilted at a 90-degree angle. For more than 13 years, she has lived with her head continuously leaning to one side, causing ongoing physical suffering as well as invisible barriers to social integration. Due to difficult family circumstances and a lack of specialized medical facilities in her local area, Afshin had to endure this condition for a long period of time. However, she never lost her innocence or her desire to live a normal life. A major turning point in Afshin's life came when her story spread widely across international media, drawing the attention of talented doctors and generous philanthropists. With support from the community, she was brought to India to undergo a complex and high-risk surgery to realign her cervical spine. After extensive efforts from the medical team and a long, determined rehabilitation process, Afshin was able to hold her head upright for the first time in more than a decade. Images of the young girl smiling brightly while holding her head straight touched millions of hearts, serving as proof that medicine and compassion can come together to create real miracles. The profound lesson from Afshin Gul's journey lies in patience and the power of empathy. She teaches us that no matter how harsh adversity may be, it cannot extinguish the will to live as long as hope remains. Her story reminds us of the importance of sharing and helping those who are vulnerable in society. Sometimes, timely support can completely change a person's destiny. Afshin not only overcame physical pain, but also triumphed over prejudice and isolation, becoming an inspiration for younger generations to appreciate life and persevere through the most difficult challenges. Her life is proof that when we remain persistent and the world comes together, no barrier is truly impossible to overcome. And that brings us to the end of today's incredible video. After seeing all these unbelievable cases, one question remains. What does it truly mean to be normal? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd really love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe so you never miss more shocking and fascinating real-life stories like this. Thank you for watching. Before we dive into one of the darkest chapters of reality TV history, I need you to keep one thing in mind. If you or someone you know is struggling with dark thoughts or feels like there's no way out, please pick up the phone and call or text 988. This is a free, confidential mental health support line available 24/7. I'm putting this message at the very beginning of this video because, frankly, someone should have done this for Daryl a long time ago. But be warned, the deeper you go, the more unbelievable it gets. Especially our number 3. This person's story might completely change the way you see what normal really means. If you enjoy shocking, inspiring, and truly unique content, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Now stay with us until the very end, because what you're about to see might be impossible to look away from. Grace Novacek's journey, a resilient young girl from Texas, is an emotional epic of ambition and perseverance. From the moment she was born, she faced the rare Escobar syndrome, a condition that severely affects the musculoskeletal system and limits mobility. In order to regain basic bodily functions, she bravely endured more than 30 major and minor surgeries. However, rather than surrendering to adversity, Grace has always maintained an optimistic spirit, turning physical barriers into powerful motivation to live her life to the fullest. Refusing to let circumstances define her future, Grace found a radiant light through her passion for the arts. Devoting her heart to the piano and cello, every note she plays is not only a way to soothe pain, but also a magical language that expresses her inner world. Through persistent and dedicated practice, Grace has proudly performed on many prestigious stages. Beyond music, the courageous young girl is also actively involved in sports, boldly breaking down social stereotypes about the limitations placed on individuals with medical conditions. Beyond her personal achievements, Grace is also a dedicated social activist. Through social media, where she has tens of thousands of followers, she shares positive perspectives and spreads a powerful message of self-confidence. Grace hopes her journey will empower those who are struggling, giving them the strength to keep moving forward. Her extraordinary story affirms a profound truth. True value is never limited by physical condition, but always shines brilliantly through unwavering determination and a deep, boundless love for life. When nature inadvertently left a deep fissure right through the face of Brody Shane, he became the focus of a medical miracle waiting to be awakened. Born with a rare midline cleft condition that caused his face to be literally split in two, the past 11 months of his life have been an epic story of remarkable resilience and strength. Now, standing on the threshold of a historic reconstructive surgery, Brody Shane is not only on a path to regaining a complete appearance, but also reclaiming his right to smile freely at the world. This is a battle of love and the highest level of medical expertise, where nature's fractured design is being repaired through an unbreakable will to live, transforming seemingly impossible adversity into a bright and hopeful future. Do you believe in the miracles of determination and modern medicine? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to help spread hope and inspiring stories. Going beyond ordinary physical limitations, Lewis Legend stands as a powerful example of the miraculous reconstructive potential of modern medicine and the human will to survive. Born with a congenital condition in which he had no jawbone, He faced a biological map missing one of the most essential structures required for basic life functions. Rather than surrendering to adversity, Lewis entered a dramatic journey of medical reconstruction, where each surgery represented a step toward reclaiming his ability to speak and experience the simple pleasures of life. This journey is not only a scientific achievement, but also an endless source of inspiration, reminding us that true beauty is shaped by courage and an unbreakable desire to live. With a resilient heart that rises above the harsh limits of her circumstances, Shalini Yadav, a young girl from rural India, has written a beautiful story of an unyielding will to live and the power of compassion. From her earliest days, Shalini has faced an extremely rare congenital skin condition that causes her skin to remain constantly dry and requires intensive daily care. This challenging condition not only brought significant difficulties to her daily life, but also created deep psychological barriers, making it hard for her to attend school and connect with peers her age. Her family's financial struggles and the limited medical resources in her hometown made her journey even more difficult. Yet beneath her different appearance lies a brave soul and a burning desire to live a normal life like other children. A miracle truly began to unfold when her inspiring story touched the hearts of communities and international humanitarian organizations. Through collective compassion, a dedicated team of medical specialists in Spain helped bring her to Europe for advanced treatment. Thanks to modern medicine and attentive care, her condition improved dramatically, restoring her radiant smile and confident spirit. Shalini Yadav's journey of transformation not only affirms an unbreakable will to persevere, but also spreads a profound message of empathy, optimism, and the boundless love of the global community. For more than a decade, Harimalala, a young girl from rural Madagascar, hid her youth behind a scarf. It was her way of concealing a benign tumor that first appeared when she was 12, gradually growing to weigh over 1.3 kilograms. This burden not only compressed her airway and made eating difficult, but also became an invisible barrier separating her from the world around her. It seemed as though her youth would be forever overshadowed by insecurity, until her life took a dramatic turn when the humanitarian hospital ship Mercy Ships arrived in her homeland. Thanks to timely support, Harimalala was welcomed by an international team of specialists and underwent a complex 4-hour surgery. One by one, the knots of fate were untangled as the massive tumor was safely removed. Now, freed from the physical burden, she no longer needs the scarf that once hid her pain. She can finally lift her head with confidence, wearing a radiant smile as she embraces a new life, one filled with freedom and health. Her powerful transformation not only spreads hope and positivity, but also stands as a shining testament to the life-changing impact of compassion and humanitarian medicine. The journey of Hawa, a resilient young woman from Sierra Leone, is a deeply moving story of strength and the desire to give back. As a child, Hawa faced a rapidly growing benign tumor in her oral cavity. This rare medical condition compressed her airway and made eating extremely difficult, forcing her into isolation, burdened by insecurity and despair. Just when it seemed her future had come to an end, a true miracle arrived in 2005 when the humanitarian hospital ship Anastasis from Mercy Ships docked in her homeland. There, the dedicated surgeon Gary Parker and his team successfully removed the tumor through a complex operation, opening the door to a new life for the young girl. The surgery not only restored Hawa's radiant smile and physical health, but also ignited a powerful dream within her. Inspired by the loving words of her late father, Hawa pursued her education with determination and became a compassionate nurse. Overcoming every obstacle, she has now proudly returned to that same humanitarian medical environment, dedicating her life to helping others facing similar challenges, spreading a powerful message of resilience, love, and the extraordinary impact of human compassion across the world. Does Hawa's story inspire you? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to spread the message of compassion and resilience. The life journey of Jasmine Ramirez, a 14-year-old girl from Florida, USA, is a deeply emotional epic of courage in the face of life's harshest challenges. Since the age of 2, Jasmine has been living with an extremely rare overgrowth disorder that caused her left leg to develop at an uncontrollable rate. This unnamed medical condition not only took away her freedom to run and play, but also turned simple joys into major obstacles due to her physical limitations. Despite her left leg growing to nearly 80 kilograms and creating countless difficulties, her optimistic spirit never faded. The real turning point came when life-threatening complications emerged, forcing her family to make an incredibly difficult decision to save their daughter's life. In late 2025, Jasmine underwent a historic 17-hour major surgery at Johns Hopkins All-Children's Hospital. With exceptional care and expertise, the medical team successfully removed the massively enlarged leg along with the associated tumor, completely relieving her of the physical burden. Although she had to lose part of her body, the surgery gave her a new beginning filled with hope. Today, Jasmine is courageously recovering day by day, slowly regaining her rhythm of life and her radiant smile surrounded by her loving family. Her extraordinary story shines as a powerful source of inspiration, spreading a message of resilience and an unbreakable love for life. The journey of Johnny Lamian, a resilient young boy from the Philippines, is a beautiful story of humanitarian medicine. Born with a rare medical condition, he carried a large swelling on his nose that blocked his vision and severely affected his daily life. The challenges seemed almost impossible to overcome until, at the age of 7, Johnny was supported by a charity organization to travel to Australia for treatment. There, a dedicated team of surgeons performed a complex 8-hour reconstructive surgery, successfully removing the physical burden from his face. This medical miracle not only restored his sight, but also gave him a fresh new beginning, allowing Johnny to confidently return to school and fully enjoy his childhood with a bright, radiant smile. From the flames of a harsh ordeal, a courageous flower named Terry Calvasbert rose powerfully to shine in everyday life. Born in the United Kingdom, this young girl is a living testament to an indomitable will that cannot be subdued by fate. Her tragedy struck when she was only 22 months old in an accidental fire, leaving severe injuries across much of her body and raising serious concerns among medical experts about her chances of survival. However, with extraordinary and rare resilience, the little child fought through the most difficult challenges and held firmly onto life. After undergoing dozens of complex reconstructive surgeries and facing countless medical challenges throughout her childhood, Terry not only overcame physical barriers, but also developed a remarkably bright and optimistic spirit. With the devoted care of her father and the love of her community, she proudly attended school, integrated with her peers, and made every effort to live life to the fullest. Beyond overcoming her personal adversity, Terry has also transformed her story into motivation to contribute positively to society. She actively participates in community campaigns, tirelessly raising funds to support medical organizations and spreading compassion to those in need. The smile that always appears on her face is the strongest message of resilience, selflessness, and a deep love for life. Rising above a stormy beginning, Terry Calvisbert has written a beautiful anthem of hope, deeply inspiring millions around the world with her determination to overcome adversity and the extraordinary power of the human spirit. Life sometimes sprouts and grows strongly even in places where experts once believed no trace of hope could exist. The little girl Vittoria Marchioli from Brazil is a shining example of this miracle. From the moment she was born, she carried a very rare congenital genetic condition that severely disrupted the development of her body's structure. This complex medical condition led doctors to make a grim prediction that the fragile infant might only survive for a few hours. However, the boundless love of her parents created a true medical miracle. With devoted day and night care and an unshakable belief in never surrendering to fate, her family protected Vittoria through countless hardships. Despite significant physical challenges, the little girl showed extraordinary resilience, breaking through limitations and embracing life for 9 full years, surrounded by the warm care of her loved ones. Though brief, her 9-year journey shone brightly, leaving a profound legacy in the hearts of the global community. Vittoria's extraordinary story delivers a priceless message about the powerful will to survive, affirming that the strength of family love can illuminate and overcome even the darkest circumstances. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help share more inspiring stories. There are survival journeys that go beyond anything medicine could have imagined, and at the heart of one of the most extraordinary miracles is Marley Cassius, a courageous young woman from Haiti. From an early age, her peaceful childhood was challenged by a very rare bone condition. This abnormal growth led to a massive swelling weighing more than 7 kilograms, covering most of her face, severely restricting her airway and affecting essential functions such as eating and speaking. It seemed as though harsh circumstances had completely closed off Marley's future, but a light of humanity broke through when international medical organizations and generous benefactors stepped in to support her. In 2005, Marley was brought to Miami, USA, to begin an intense battle for survival. There, a dedicated team of surgeons performed a series of complex major operations to remove the swelling and safely reconstruct her structure. With extraordinary will to live, Marley fought through every challenge, gradually regaining her freedom to breathe and her radiant smile. Her journey of overcoming adversity stands as a beautiful symbol of the will to live and the powerful impact of global compassion. The beginning was not marked by shining medals or a perfect launch pad, but by the strength to rise from a fragile line between life and death that created the inspiring story of Amy Copeland. In the summer of 2012, what seemed like a simple outdoor accident suddenly pushed the young woman into the most severe survival challenge of her life. After experiencing extremely serious medical complications that directly threatened her life, she faced a profound sacrifice, losing parts of both her arms and legs in order to preserve her heartbeat and her life itself. However, the darkness of adversity and new physical limitations could not extinguish the flame of determination within this resilient soul. Instead of sinking into deep despair over what was permanently lost, Amy chose to view life through a new lens of gratitude and rebirth. Her long and difficult recovery process not only rebuilt physical strength, but also forged an unbreakable will, helping her patiently relearn every daily skill from scratch in order to regain her independence. Turning personal hardship into a powerful motivation to serve the community became the most remarkable turning point in her journey. With extraordinary determination, Amy continued her education and went on to become a dedicated clinical social work professional. She later founded a non-profit organization under her own name to bring her vision of making the natural world more accessible to everyone. Through her tireless efforts in creating inclusive, accessible outdoor spaces for individuals with mobility challenges, she has opened countless opportunities for healing and connection. Amy's ongoing journey is a living testament to the profound truth that human worth is not defined by adversity, but by resilience and the ability to spread compassion. The canvas of life is sometimes painted with scars that can never be erased. But it is the way we proudly embrace our new appearance that truly creates a masterpiece of inspiration named Veronica Yoko Plebani. The bright age of 15 for the young Italian girl was suddenly interrupted by a severe health crisis caused by a bacterial infection, leaving permanent damage to her body and significant changes to her hands and feet. Instead of surrendering to adversity or hiding the marks left by illness, she chose to face life with pride and turned her own body into an enduring symbol of powerful vitality and resilience. Sports were not just a method of recovery. They quickly became a way of life, helping her break through every limit once thought impossible to overcome. Her unprecedented athletic journey spans 3 different disciplines across multiple Paralympic Games, beginning with high-speed skiing runs in Sochi 2014, continuing with powerful canoeing strokes in Rio 2016, and reaching its peak with a prestigious bronze medal in the extremely demanding triathlon event at Tokyo 2020. This extraordinary adaptability and remarkable endurance prove that human willpower can completely reshape all physical boundaries. Not only an elite athlete, she also became a radiant beacon in the body positivity and acceptance movement, confidently appearing in prestigious magazines and on fashion runways, carrying a message that breaks all conventional standards of beauty. Each scar on her skin is seen by her as an honorable medal, marking a survival battle she courageously overcame. Veronica's story powerfully affirms that true beauty does not lie in flawless perfection, but shines brightest in the way we rise with resilience, fully embrace who we are, and proudly continue writing the most radiant chapters of our lives, no matter the circumstances. The passage of time is, in essence, a constant for humanity, yet it becomes a uniquely extraordinary challenge for a young man from England whose biological clock has been accelerated to 5 times the normal rate. This is the reality Harry Crowther has faced every day since he was diagnosed at the age of 7 with an extremely rare, atypical form of progeria, causing his body to age at a remarkable speed. Born and raised in West Yorkshire, he is one of only a very small number of people in the world, and the only known male in his teenage years recorded with this rare genetic condition. Rather than succumbing to joint pain or the changes in his skin typically associated with old age, Harry chose not to let physical limitations define the meaning of his life. With an iron will and admirable resilience, he continues to fully embrace his youth through simple passions such as cycling and skateboarding, constantly pushing himself to overcome every barrier in his path. Throughout his journey growing up, he has stood firm as a symbol of courage, not only striving to adapt to the countless challenges of daily life, but also boldly stepping into the public eye to inspire his community. By sharing his authentic personal story, Harry has helped the world gain a deeper understanding of rare diseases while spreading a powerful message of resilience and vitality. His life stands as a vivid testament that the value of a human life is not measured by the length of time, but by its brilliance, courage, and an unwavering spirit of optimism that never retreats. How does Harry's story change your perspective on beauty and resilience? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to help spread more inspiring stories. Chelsea Pete's life was placed under an unforgiving trial from the moment she was born due to Sturge-Weber syndrome, a rare neurological disorder that left her face covered with a port wine birthmark and caused glaucoma. In order to save her life from severe and life-threatening seizures, doctors had to perform brain surgery to remove her occipital lobe while she was still very young, despite the survival rate being only 50-50. However, it was in that moment, so close to the edge of death, that her powerful survival instinct allowed this Canadian girl to slip through the narrow gap of fate and continue writing the next chapter of her life. Instead of receiving sympathy, Chelsea's youth was overshadowed by cruel mockery from school bullies simply because of her physical differences. Every day at school became a difficult psychological battle, where her dark red birthmark unintentionally became the center of discrimination and isolation. But rather than letting those insults break her, Chelsea used the harshness of the outside world as a catalyst to forge a strong and unbreakable spirit, firmly refusing to let anyone define the true value hidden beneath her imperfect skin. Those who once doubted and mocked Chelsea in the past would surely be astonished to see the image of a confident and fulfilled 34-year-old mother today, standing proudly beside her two young children. She has not only proven the doctors wrong about her cognitive development potential, but also shattered every stereotype about a life limited by a congenital condition. Chelsea Pete's journey delivers a powerful and uncompromising message. The most radiant beauty does not lie in flawless skin, but in the way we stand tall and face life's storms head-on in order to find true happiness. Mackenzie Trush's life journey, a young and passionate girl from New Jersey, United States, stands as a brilliant testament to a powerful will to live and an unshakable determination to overcome every physical limitation. From the moment she was born, Mackenzie carried a rare genetic medical condition known as spondyloepimetaphyseal dysplasia, SEMD, which resulted in her extremely small stature, standing at only around 90 centimeters tall. Worldwide, medicine has documented just over 100 cases of this particular condition. Although her appearance brought many daily challenges, the resilient young woman never allowed it to become a barrier that stopped her from fully experiencing life. With an optimistic spirit and the strong support of her family, Mackenzie bravely pursued her deep passion for the performing arts. She successfully graduated with a degree in theater from Rowan University, proudly making history as the first person of her stature to take on a leading role in a major university production, while firmly refusing roles that mocked or reduced her medical condition. Not only does Mackenzie shine under the stage lights, but she is also a talented equestrian who regularly competes in professional horseback riding competitions, confidently going head-to-head with all opponents. By harnessing the power of social media, she has built an online community of hundreds of thousands of followers, actively sharing optimistic perspectives and continuously raising awareness to advocate for the rights of people with similar conditions. Among billions of people on Earth, young Victor Padilla stands out as one of the most extraordinary little warriors, born with Cloves syndrome, a rare condition with only a few hundred documented cases worldwide. Despite complex vascular malformations that cause severe swelling on one side of his face, the 3-year-old boy from Rochester, New York, has never allowed adversity to imprison his smile or his desire to explore the world. Rather than hiding in the shadows of illness, Victor bravely stepped into kindergarten, turning each school day into a priceless lesson in optimism and willpower. His journey proves that physical differences are never a barrier for a small soul to reach extraordinary growth and progress. Haven Shepherd, a young Vietnamese-born athlete whose birth name is Do Thi Thuy Phuong, is one of the most inspiring figures in parasports and a powerful symbol of resilience and survival. Born in Vietnam in 2003, Haven's life was marked by an extremely harsh turning point when she was just 14 months old. A devastating explosion left her with profound loss, causing her to permanently lose both of her legs below the knees. What seemed like a life-defining barrier could have closed off her future. But a miracle unfolded when the Shepherd family in Missouri, United States, opened their hearts and adopted her. In a home filled with love and understanding, Haven grew up with prosthetic legs yet never saw them as limitations. She developed an energetic, optimistic personality and a constant desire to challenge herself through various sports. On her journey of self-discovery, Haven found true freedom and boundless joy in the water. In the swimming pool, all physical barriers seemed to dissolve, giving way to strength, grace, and an unyielding determination to rise above. Through relentless training and natural talent, Haven Shepherd earned her place on the United States Paralympic swimming team. A proud milestone in her career was qualifying for the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games, where she competed with pride on the international stage and proved her extraordinary strength. Beyond her impressive athletic achievements, Haven has expanded her influence into modeling and has become a powerful motivational speaker. With her radiant smile and confident presence, she actively participates in campaigns that celebrate body diversity, encouraging people to embrace and appreciate their differences. She firmly believes that a person's value does not lie in physical perfection, but is shaped by a courageous heart and a passion for life. Haven Shepherd's journey, from tragedy to the heights of achievement, is a beautiful epic of resilience. She has transformed hardship into a launching pad for a brilliant light, becoming a guiding light that inspires hope and empowers millions of people around the world to face adversity and move forward with strength and pride. True beauty begins with the courage to break free from expectations, and that is exactly how Kira McCracken shines with confidence. Born with a port wine birthmark on her face, she spent many years hiding her appearance beneath layers of makeup to avoid unwanted attention. However, her desire for freedom and self-acceptance eventually gave her the strength to let go of that fear. Choosing to embrace her natural, makeup-free face not only lifted the pressure she once felt, but also became a meaningful lesson she hopes to pass on to her young daughter. Kira's journey carries a powerful message. Embracing your uniqueness with confidence is one of the most radiant forms of self-expression. And just like that, we've reached the end of this incredible journey. But something tells me these stories will stay with you much longer. Which one shocked you the most? Which story inspired you the deepest? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If this video opened your eyes even just a little, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder of how extraordinary humans can truly be. And remember, sometimes the rarest stories are hiding in plain sight. Stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video. We all like to believe that we are special and different, but if we look closely, most of us still fall within what society considers normal. The truth is, the world has never truly found it easy to accept anything that looks unusual, and instead of understanding, people often react with curiosity or even judgment. But between slightly different and things so rare they seem almost unbelievable, There is a line that can make you question everything you thought you knew. In today's video, we will explore people so unusual that you will find yourself asking, do they really exist? If you enjoy shocking but completely real stories like this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss more amazing content in the future. Kennedy entered life with a severe malfunction in her tissue circulation system, a massive lymphatic malformation enveloping her entire mouth and jaw. Biologically, this tumor was the result of abnormal growth in the lymphatic vessels, creating an invasive soft tissue structure that completely deformed the lower part of her face. In a society operating on symmetrical standards, Kennedy immediately became a different entity, facing the risk of being excluded from normal social systems. Rather than being just a medical condition, Kennedy's tumor became a harsh test of the community's capacity for acceptance, where cruel words often acted like a social virus, attacking the psyche of vulnerable children. Instead of choosing the hideaway solution of homeschooling to shield her from harm, Kennedy's mother made a strategic decision to place her directly into the mainstream school environment. This was not a reckless gamble, but a process of psychological restructuring, designed to help Kennedy build a mental immune system against the harshness of reality. Her mother believed that early exposure to the outside world would prevent her from being trapped under the label of victim, and instead teach her how to navigate life as an independent individual. Simone Thompson, widely known by her stage name Slick Woods, is one of the most prominent American models who has helped redefine traditional beauty standards in the international fashion industry. Born in 1996, Slick Woods' childhood was a series of turbulent days, growing up without the love and care of her family from an early age, and even spending long periods living as a homeless wanderer on the streets of Los Angeles. It seemed that poverty and adversity would forever bury the future of this young woman, but fate smiled upon her when she was accidentally discovered by a male model and gradually stepped into a professional artistic career. She made a strong impression with her wide gap between her front teeth, diastema, and her rebellious buzz-cut hair dyed in bold colors, creating a look that stood out unmistakably among thousands of other models. Slick Woods quickly caught the attention of major fashion houses, and notably became an irreplaceable muse for singer Rihanna in global campaigns for the Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty brands. The moment she confidently and proudly walked the runway while 9 months pregnant became an iconic symbol, conveying a powerful and authentic message about the strength and sacred beauty of women. But her challenges did not stop with her difficult upbringing. At the peak of her career, Slick Woods faced another life-altering obstacle when she was diagnosed with melanoma. Despite undergoing exhausting chemotherapy that left her body weakened and made movement difficult, she maintained an iron spirit, always appearing in public with a radiant smile, full of energy, and an incredibly optimistic attitude. Slick Woods' spectacular journey of overcoming fate offers a profound lesson on resilience, courage, and self-worth. Starting from disadvantaged circumstances or having physical differences never determines the limits of a person's success. Our true beauty shines brightest when we dare to accept and cherish our original selves while relentlessly striving to rise from the depths of adversity. No matter how harsh life's challenges may be, as long as we hold on to faith, self-respect, and an unyielding spirit, we can turn the tide and create a brilliant, proud life in our own unique way. Asher not only has a photogenic face with captivating deep blue eyes, but he also embodies the strength of a spirit that refuses to be defined by Down syndrome. Rather than being limited by medical labels or physical barriers, Asher steps in front of the camera with pure confidence. Every frame featuring him is not just a work of art. It is a statement that true beauty has no fixed mold, and that genetic differences are a unique stroke of nature's artistry. The journey of changing perceptions began in 2016, when Asher's mother sent his photo to an advertising company, but was rejected because the brand did not require children with special needs. Refusing to accept discrimination and holding firm to the belief that every child deserves representation, his mother courageously posted Asher's radiant smile on social media, along with a powerful call for inclusion. The photo quickly went viral worldwide, catching the attention of the major fashion brand OshKosh B'gosh. Shortly after, the company invited Asher to join their advertising campaign, paving the way for him to become the face of numerous other prestigious brands. His sunny smile and innocent charm not only won the hearts of millions, but also created a major turning point for equal representation in the media. The boy's story reminds us that disability or difference is never a barrier to success, but rather a driving force that encourages society to break stereotypes, open its arms with compassion, and provide equal opportunities so that anyone can confidently rise and shine in their own unique way. Do you believe that differences can become strengths? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring stories like this. Bashir Aziz is a model living with vitiligo, a condition that causes the loss of skin and hair pigment, creating distinctive white patches across the body. His life journey is an inspiring story of rising above deep insecurities to confidently shine with his authentic beauty. During his childhood, the stark differences in his appearance made Bashir feel self-conscious, isolated, and constantly subjected to curious glances from those around him. To hide, he once tried to conceal himself by always wearing hats and covering up with long clothing, retreating into a closed shell for fear of judgment. However, as he grew older, Bashir gradually realized that continuously hiding could not bring true happiness. He decided to change his perspective, courageously learning to face and fully embrace his body. Seizing the opportunity to enter the fashion industry, he transformed the vitiligo patches that once caused shame into striking, captivating features full of personal character. Bashir's confidence and unique presence quickly caught the attention of many prestigious brands, making him a powerful inspiration in breaking traditional beauty stereotypes. Bashir Aziz's remarkable transformation offers a profound lesson in self-respect and courage. Differences on the body are never flaws to reject. They are unique marks that create each person's distinct value. Only when we accept and cherish ourselves, turning barriers into strengths, can we hold our heads high, shine freely, and build a proud life in our own unique way. Joanne O'Riordan was born in Cork, Ireland, with an extremely rare condition called Tetra-Amelia syndrome, which means she was born without arms or legs. Instead of surrendering to adversity, Joanne's life stands as a powerful testament to the strength of willpower and the extraordinary human capacity for adaptation. From a young age, with the unconditional support of her family, she learned to use her mouth, chin, and shoulders to carry out daily activities, from using technology to writing. Rather than seeing her condition as a barrier, Joanne has always maintained an incredible sense of optimism and sharp confidence, which has enabled her to fully integrate into society and pursue a formal education. A major turning point in her inspirational journey came in 2012, when at just 16 years old, she delivered a speech at the United Nations. There, she challenged leading scientists around the world to develop a robot that could assist people with disabilities like hers in everyday life. This event not only brought her international recognition, but also highlighted the vision of a young person determined to use technology to bridge the gap in human capability. Following this, the documentary No Limbs, No Limits vividly captured her daily life, spreading her message of perseverance to millions of people around the world. Joanne did not stop there. She went on to graduate in criminology from University College Cork and became a respected sports journalist, frequently appearing in major media outlets to share her insightful professional perspective. The most profound lesson from Joanne O'Riordan's story is her concept of limits. She teaches us that physical barriers only become true obstacles when we allow them to imprison our minds. Instead of focusing on what is not possible, Joanne chooses to focus on what is possible and seeks creative solutions to achieve her goals. Her journey reminds younger generations that a person's value does not lie in their physical appearance, but in their courage when facing challenges and their positive outlook on life. She is a living symbol of turning adversity into motivation to change the world, encouraging each individual to stop complaining and start taking action to define their own unique identity. Hirotaka Ototake is one of the most powerful inspirational figures in Japan and around the world, known through his famous autobiography, No One's Perfect. Born with tetra amelia syndrome, a condition that left him without arms or legs, Ototake began his life in what many would consider an extremely unfortunate circumstance. However, the loving and respectful upbringing provided by his family and school helped him develop a different mindset. He did not view his body as a defect, but rather as a unique, personal characteristic. Instead of being overprotected, he was encouraged to participate in all activities like any other child, from academics to physical activities, which helped him develop independence from an early age. Ototake's journey of self-affirmation reached a major milestone when he was accepted into the prestigious Waseda University. There, he not only focused on his studies, but also actively engaged in social activities aimed at changing society's perception of people with disabilities. His book, No One's Perfect, published in 1998, became a publishing phenomenon, breaking down rigid stereotypes in Japanese society at the time. After graduating, he continued to challenge himself in various roles such as sports journalist, elementary school teacher, and community activist. In every position, Ototake demonstrated vibrant energy, intelligence, and a remarkable ability to connect with others through his distinctive, radiant smile. The most important educational lesson from Hirotaka Ototake's life is self-acceptance and the redefinition of happiness. He proves that happiness does not depend on physical completeness, but on the attitude with which we face our own limitations. His story teaches us that instead of complaining about what we lack, we should learn to make full use of what we have to contribute to society. In education, Ototake is living proof that if children are raised in an environment of trust and fairness, they can find the strength to overcome any barrier. His life reminds everyone that, "My body may have limitations, but my mind and spirit are free and without limits." Don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring journeys like this. Bablu Pashi, a man from India, has become a powerful source of inspiration for his community due to his determination to overcome a harsh fate. Born with a rare condition that caused his arms to develop abnormally and not function in a natural way, Bablu faced countless difficulties in his daily life from an early age. In a society where manual labor plays a central role, this disability seemed to close off all future opportunities for him. However, instead of accepting a life dependent on others' pity, Bablu chose a difficult but proud path, training himself to use his feet as his second hands. Through persistent determination, he learned to use his feet to perform tasks requiring great dexterity, even those that many able-bodied people would find challenging. He is able to feed himself, take care of personal hygiene, and most importantly, work to support his own living. Bablu's image of working tirelessly, using his feet to operate tools and perform technical tasks, has made a strong impression on those around him. Beyond earning a livelihood, he also actively participates in community activities, using his story to encourage others in similar situations not to give up on their dreams. His journey is a vivid testament to the human ability to adapt infinitely in the face of life's harshest challenges. The profound educational lesson from Bablu Pashi's life is the spirit of self-reliance and the value of adaptability. He teaches us that adversity is not an end point, but a test of human resilience and creativity. Instead of blaming fate or waiting for help, actively seeking solutions and developing new skills helps us take control of our own lives. Akshaj Khandelwal, a boy from India, has become a symbol of resilience in the face of his condition. He was born with Klippel-Trenaunay Syndrome, KTS, an extremely rare vascular and soft tissue disorder that causes abnormal development of blood vessels and the lymphatic system. As a result, Akshaj's right leg grew larger than normal and developed subcutaneous vascular tumors. His story not only raises awareness of the diversity of genetic conditions, but also provides valuable insights for medical research, helping improve interventions and the quality of life for patients facing similar challenges. Overcoming his physical challenges, Akshaj's story is a powerful testament to hope and the desire for a normal life. Despite facing daily difficulties with mobility, he meets the world with positivity, showing the importance of understanding and compassion in society. Rather than curiosity or judgment, Akshaj deserves respect and support, carrying a message that every individual, no matter how different, holds extraordinary inner strength to overcome adversity and shape their own story. Teresa and Anna are living proof of the power of willpower and love. Born with a congenital condition that left both of them without arms, their lives took a new turn when they were adopted by a compassionate elderly foster mother. Instead of overprotecting them, she chose a strict yet loving approach to education, encouraging both sisters to become fully independent in all aspects of daily life. Through persistent determination, Teresa and Anna learned to skillfully use their feet to completely replace their hands, from eating and writing to more complex personal tasks. The journey of these two sisters is not only about overcoming physical barriers, but also about affirming their own self-worth. They grew up with confidence, strong personalities, and an optimistic spirit, never using their condition as an excuse to hold themselves back. The profound educational lesson from Teresa and Anna's story lies in the power of self-reliance and the importance of family trust. They teach us that adversity may limit the body, but can never imprison a soul that longs to rise. When we stop seeing ourselves as victims of fate and begin learning to adapt, every limitation can be broken through our own effort. Leonid Stadnik was born in 1970 in a small village in the Zhytomyr region of Ukraine, and his life was an extraordinary journey defined by his exceptional height. Unlike people who are naturally tall, Leonid's rapid growth began at the age of 14, after a brain decompression surgery that unintentionally affected his pituitary gland. From that point on, his body continued to grow uncontrollably, eventually making him one of the tallest people in the world, with a recorded height of over 2.5 meters. However, instead of seeking fame or financial gain from his unusual appearance, Leonid chose a quiet, simple life closely connected to his homeland. Despite his enormous stature, which made movement and daily activities extremely difficult, he pursued education and graduated in veterinary medicine. He worked at a local farm, devotedly caring for animals until his health no longer allowed him to continue. His life was filled with practical challenges, from not having clothes or shoes that fit him to refusing official recognition from the Guinness World Records because he did not want media attention to disturb his peaceful life. Leonid spent much of his later years gardening, keeping bees, and caring for his elderly mother, finding joy in the simplest forms of labor. The life journey of Leonid Stadnik carries a profound educational lesson about humility and the value of inner peace. He teaches us that even when possessing extraordinary physical traits that attract global attention, a person still has the right to choose how they want to live, rather than chasing fame and glamour. Leonid demonstrates that true strength does not lie in physical size, but in kindness and steadfastness in one's personal values. His story reminds us to cherish simple things, live in harmony with nature, and maintain our identity regardless of external pressures or expectations from society. Do you believe true greatness lies in simplicity, humility, and kindness? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring stories like this. Parma Ham is a performance artist and prominent model in London's underground art scene, known for their aesthetic style and ability to transform the body into a living work of art. Parma's journey is not simply about showcasing appearance, but a serious exploration into the boundaries of personal identity. By using clothing, makeup, and unique props, the artist has created a distinctive image that challenges conventional standards of beauty and existence within modern urban space. Parma Ham's life and career offer a powerful educational lesson about the courage to express one's true identity. The artist teaches us that every individual is a unique being, and the greatest strength lies in daring to be different in order to affirm one's individuality within the crowd. Through persistently pursuing a distinct artistic vision despite judgment and criticism, Parma reminds us of the importance of respecting diversity and nurturing limitless imagination. It is a story of turning life into an artistic manifesto, where confidence and determination allow a person to overcome all barriers and shine in their own unique way. Leslie Lemke is an extraordinary musician who has proven that human potential is limitless. Born with severe physical and visual impairments, Leslie was fortunately adopted and cared for by his foster mother, May Lemke, who raised him with boundless love. Despite significant difficulties with basic movement and communication, a turning point in his life came at the age of 16. After hearing a classical music piece on television, Leslie walked to a piano and played the entire composition perfectly, despite having never received any formal musical training. Leslie Lemke's journey is the story of an extraordinary savant, someone capable of memorizing and performing thousands of musical pieces after hearing them only once. Thanks to the complete trust of his foster mother, Leslie's hidden talent was awakened, allowing him to become an internationally recognized performing artist. He teaches us that every individual possesses unique gifts. Instead of focusing on disabilities, we should learn to listen and create opportunities for those talents to shine, because music and the human spirit know no barriers. Afshin Gul is a young girl from the Sindh region of Pakistan who has become a global symbol of perseverance and faith in the miracles of life. When she was just an 8-month-old infant, a tragic accident severely injured her neck, resulting in her head being permanently tilted at a 90-degree angle. For more than 13 years, she has lived with her head continuously leaning to one side, causing ongoing physical suffering as well as invisible barriers to social integration. Due to difficult family circumstances and a lack of specialized medical facilities in her local area, Afshin had to endure this condition for a long period of time. However, she never lost her innocence or her desire to live a normal life. A major turning point in Afshin's life came when her story spread widely across international media, drawing the attention of talented doctors and generous philanthropists. With support from the community, she was brought to India to undergo a complex and high-risk surgery to realign her cervical spine. After extensive efforts from the medical team and a long, determined rehabilitation process, Afshin was able to hold her head upright for the first time in more than a decade. Images of the young girl smiling brightly while holding her head straight touched millions of hearts, serving as proof that medicine and compassion can come together to create real miracles. The profound lesson from Afshin Gul's journey lies in patience and the power of empathy. She teaches us that no matter how harsh adversity may be, it cannot extinguish the will to live as long as hope remains. Her story reminds us of the importance of sharing and helping those who are vulnerable in society. Sometimes, timely support can completely change a person's destiny. Afshin not only overcame physical pain, but also triumphed over prejudice and isolation, becoming an inspiration for younger generations to appreciate life and persevere through the most difficult challenges. Her life is proof that when we remain persistent and the world comes together, no barrier is truly impossible to overcome. Beatrice Bibi Vio was born and raised in Italy and is one of the most famous para-athletes in the world. Her life is an epic of unwavering determination, turning the impossible into reality. From a young age, Bibi showed a strong passion for fencing. However, at the age of 11, a major turning point occurred when she contracted severe meningitis. The illness forced doctors to perform life-saving surgery, resulting in the amputation of both her forearms and both legs below the knee. For a young fencer, losing her limbs seemed like the end of all dreams. But for Bibi Vio, It was only the beginning of an extraordinary new journey. Instead of giving in to adversity, she returned to training just 1 year after her treatment, using specially designed prosthetics. Bibi not only learned how to walk and manage daily life again, but also learned how to hold a fencing sword using her prosthetic arms to continue pursuing her passion. She became a unique wheelchair fencer who competes without active movement of her natural limbs, controlling her body through skill and sheer willpower. Her perseverance paid off with remarkable achievements. She won the gold medal at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games and successfully defended her title at Tokyo 2020. On the piste, Bibi is always seen with a radiant smile and an intense competitive spirit that inspires admiration worldwide. Beyond sports, she has become a motivational speaker, model, and a global symbol of confidence for young people. The deepest educational lesson from Bibi Vio's life is the definition of wholeness. She teaches us that a person's value does not lie in what they have lost, but in how they use what remains to create new meaning. Bibi often says, "Life is beautiful, even while facing the harshest challenges." She proves that adversity is not a barrier, but an opportunity to build resilience and discover hidden strength within the human spirit. Her story reminds us that true failure only happens when we give up on ourselves. Through the image of a girl without arms and legs, standing at the top of sporting glory, we learn to appreciate what we have and to courageously pursue our dreams despite any physical limitations or social prejudices. Beatrice Vio is not only a champion in sport, but also a champion in life, spreading optimism to millions and encouraging them to live a vibrant and meaningful life. And that brings us to the end of today's incredible video. After seeing all these unbelievable cases, one question remains. What does it truly mean to be normal? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd really love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe so you never miss more shocking and fascinating real-life stories like this. Thank you for watching,